Okay, hi. Now we're going to do an example where we're given this graph of a curve f, and we've labeled the x coordinates and some y coordinates, and we're asked to find are the values are these values positive, negative, or zero? What values? Well, recall we're working with a function which we call the derivative. It's a derivative function, if you'd like to say it that way. It is a function of x. So the first place where we're going to check to see if this function is positive, negative, or zero is the derivative of f at x equals 1. And that's written as f prime of 1, and then we're going to check for the derivative of x at derivative of f at x equals 2 to see if that's positive, negative, or 0, and then the derivative of f at x equals 3 and at x equals 4. Okay, so to do this, we just need to recall a little bit about slopes. Back from algebra, you recall the slope of a line that leans to the left is always going to be equal to a negative number. The slope of a line that leans to the right will always be equal to a positive number. The slope of a horizontal line will always be 0, and the slope of a vertical line is so huge that it's undefined. So keep that in mind. That's how we're going to answer this question. Haven't really stated the answer clearly. Let's go back up here and write what we're really looking for under find. We're looking for f prime of 1 to see if it's positive, negative, or 0, f prime of 2, f prime of 3, and f prime of 4. Okay, so f prime of 1, that is the derivative function at x equals 1. Well, let's just draw the line that's tangent to the curve at x equals 1. That line is leading to the right, so that slope is going to be positive. I shouldn't say that f prime of 1 has a positive slope. It is the positive slope. F prime 2, the derivative, the slope of the tangent line at x equals 2, well, that's a horizontal line, so that slope is going to be 0. F prime 2 is a slope, so it's equal to 0. F prime of 3, well, let's draw a tangent at x equals 3. That line's leaning to the left, so that means the slope of that line is going to be negative, so our derivative at x equals 3 is negative. And finally, at x equals 4, let's draw that line flat again. It's horizontal, so it's going to have a 0 slope, and that means that the derivative will be 0. So we can see that positive, negative, 0 values of derivatives, we can see what they are by asking ourselves, which way do these lines lean? In other words, what is the slope of the tangent lines at these x values? That's what you should be going through your head whenever you're thinking about positive, negative, or 0 slope. What you're thinking about is this is actually, this function f prime of, let's say, 1 is actually the same as the slope of the line that's tangent to the curve f at the point x equals 1. So imagine that you have a tangent there and look at which way it's leaning so you can get an idea not only whether the value of the derivative is negative, positive, 0, or undefined, but you can almost get an idea of how large or how small it is at the same time. It'll give you a ballpark idea.